Alrighty. If you can see, there's a big line of trucks, and I'm picking up plywood. It is 1:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, and where am I at? Madison, Georgia. Madison, Georgia. That is west of Atlanta. Okay. So that guy is telling us to move our trucks closer together and walk and check in. Somebody's coming to talk to me, so I have to turn off the camera again. Okay, here's what's happened since I've talked last. If you can see in my side mirror there, I've pulled up around the corner and the line extends back to where that other Maverick truck is. Before I pulled forward though, I walked, me and another driver, in fact this guy in front of me, and we went and checked in. And while we were there, the person inside was on the phone, or on the radio with the front gate, because he was getting the order in which drivers were received, so we can do this in order. And he said, make sure, any more drivers coming in, make sure you tell them it's going to be a 4-hour wait. So it leads me to believe if that guy's at 4 hours, I'm probably at 2, 3 hours maybe. There was a driver from a company. They're a red truck with a big J in it. And apparently if they wait too long, they are told to leave and they just bill the company. I don't know how much they bill them, but apparently they have a policy to where they don't wait at areas for an extended length of time. I hope the driver gets paid a portion, some kind of detention pay. But yeah, they are told to leave. They take these logs and turn them into fence posts and plywood. I'm getting plywood. Different types, but they said it's going to be a flat load is what it sounds like. They do have a tarping machine inside. What we're going to do is up here, we do like a 4-point turnaround in front of that shed. We'll pull in front of that tiny shed there and then back into basically facing the opposite direction of where I'm pointing the camera right now. So it's like a second line of trucks that are ready to back in to get loaded. And I think there's 4 trucks ahead of me. No, 6 trucks ahead of me. And we'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's 1:52 right now. I've been here 29 minutes, and if I'm going to be here another 2.5 hours, let's check the old clockers. So I've got 5.5 hours driving time left, which would be great if I was going to get loaded like within the next hour and get out of here and have 5.5 hours to drive towards home, because it's like 10 hours away from here. But I've only got 6.5 hours left in my day. So I'm going to be doing quite a bit of driving tomorrow. And I got a new hard hat that meets all the specs, but let's see. Got some. Let's see. Here you go. Warning to avoid injury. These are the kind of. I might have to take off these stickers. I don't know if they're quite appropriate. So, but these are kind of funny. I'll have to put in my new, this load delivers in St. Louis, a Home Depot, and it delivers at 6 a.m. on the dot. It's got a set appointment of 6 a.m. And so I'm hoping that they're there and ready for me at 6 a.m. because I will be I don't know if frustrated is the right word, because right now the way I think it's going to go in my mind is I'll get home Saturday evening or late afternoon, stay one night at my house, and then possibly go to my truck at about 8 o'clock at night and sleep in my truck so I can get up and be there by 6. Because I don't want to get up at 4 in the morning to get ready to haul all my stuff to the truck and then get in the truck and do all the stuff I have to do with the truck and then drive to my delivery appointment by 6 a.m. In order to overcome that, I may have to stay the night, Sunday night, in my truck at the Madison Yard, 30 minutes from my home. And that's kind of frustrating in the sense that Home Depot, it's not like they are a company like this where I'm picking up, where they are receiving 30 or 40 truckloads of stuff a day. I can almost guarantee that they'll have less than 5. If they're lucky. I'm thinking I'm going to be the only truckload that they unload tomorrow. Maybe somebody else, but 6 a.m.? 6 a.m. on the dot. And they don't have parking available, they say. But, yeah, so that's what I'm working with. I'll have kind of a short weekend. I don't like short weekends. I like long weekends. Things that are big and long, those are good. Short, small, reduced, those are terms usually that are disheartening. But that's it. I mean, really, the rest of the day is going to be me scrambling to get out of here as quick as I can. I've got to put my stuff into my GPS so I can, well, it'll be an easy one. Here we go, because I've already got this saved in a group. Maverick Terminals, Madison Yard, because that's where I'm going. Compare routes. It compares 2 different routes as far as toll versus non-toll. I've already looked at this once. So they give me, 608 miles? And right now it's saying the fastest route is 622 miles. I'm not going to adjust that because 22 miles on a 608 mile run is not much to really adjust for. So you can see how I'm going to get there. 10 hours and 23 minutes. So I can basically do half of that today if they got me loaded right away. But most likely I'll only get to do a couple hours today for the rest of this day. So it's things like this that really eat up your average daily miles. I've done 267 miles today, and let's say I have 2 hours left, that's 100 miles, so I'll only have 376 miles today, which isn't necessarily bad on the face of it, but your pay for performance is based on doing an average amount of miles every day, and sometimes these low mileage days kill that average. It may or may not. Let's see, today's Friday. So on Wednesday, I did 642. So that was a really good day. Typically, it looks like I'm driving over 500 miles. But today may not be one of those regular big days. So it's affected me in multiple ways. 1, I may not get enough miles. 2, I'm not getting home today. It's Friday. I'll be getting home tomorrow and most likely having to go to work on Sunday, in a sense. When you have to drive to the office at 8 p.m. to sleep at the office so you can be ready to go first thing in the morning, isn't that bad? Is that bad? But then again, I may be like, forget it. I'll get up at 4 and stay the night at home. It all depends on how long it's going to take to get from the Madison Yard to the address in St. Louis. So, and traffic should be light that time of day. At 5 in the morning, there's not a whole lot going on. So, anyway, that's it for now. We'll see how this turns out. It is, I don't know. It's nighttime. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night Eastern time. It took so long to get through Atlanta. I had 2 hours I was going to use to go to a truck stop much farther up the road than here. I'm at a Love's just north of Atlanta, and it's kind of a messed up truck stop. It's the kind where you have to drive all the way through the parking lot and all the way around just to get to the pumps. So I'm at the tail end, and you can see a couple of spots over there that are open. Those are the last spots available. I thought I was gonna. I spent 3.5 hours at this shipper, so I'm gonna get detention pay. But I would have rather preferred to get out of there sooner than get detention pay because I want to get home. I've got 8.5 hours left to drive tomorrow. I'm going to get up at 4:54. Maybe I'll just make it an even 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. And head out of here and get home in 8.5 hours. I don't know how this is going to turn out because while driving through Atlanta, I had an engine sensor light come on again. And last time I had an engine sensor light come on, they had to send it to the Freightliner, and it took like 3 days to get the part. This could be a totally different issue. That the sensor light just says one of the 5 million electronic sensors this engine has. That might be a slight exaggeration. Maybe it's only 4,999,999 sensors. But that light comes on, and there's kind of a noticeable decrease in power when going up hills. And when you got 47,000 pounds of lumber on the back of your truck, you can tell. So, and I have to go through Tennessee and Crashville tomorrow, but it's Saturday, so hopefully everybody stays home. I don't know why there are so many people on the road in Atlanta at 7 o'clock at night. I can't figure out why these cities are so busy during the day. Don't people have jobs? What? The only people that should be on the highways and driving through these stuff is trucks, right? Everybody else should be at work. And maybe a few people on the road. You know, they're going to... for the people that may have the vacation time from not having a job. Wow, this guy's cutting it tight. You're going to get a treat here. He'll eventually make it in there. Yeah, anyway, I'm going off track. I've got 8.5 hours to drive on Saturday, which I'm not pleased about because this load delivers at 6 a.m. Monday morning, and most likely, the way it's going, I'm going to do an early rise on Monday because only staying one night in my own bed for the weekend kind of stinks. That's if I even deliver this load, because if this truck has to go to Freightliner, the trailer will remain in the Madison yard, and most likely somebody else will take it, so I don't know. I have to play it by ear, but when I get there, I'm going to help everybody out that's going to have to look at this truck by disconnecting it from my trailer, putting my paperwork inside, and for another driver, just in case, I may come back early Monday morning and just hook up my truck and take the trailer. It's not a big deal, but I want to help out the shop as much as possible, and this way they'll have the ability to look at the truck, and then if there's any issues, it just makes it easier. I mean, I could just park the truck, say, hey, I got this problem, take a look at it when you can, and then they have to go through the whole rigmarole of doing that themselves, and you know, anyway. That's it for today. I've got it's just plywood, and it took forever to get loaded. But once I was loaded, I got strapped and tarped and got out of Dodge. And I thought I was going to make it so much farther today, but I didn't. Because Atlanta traffic was insane. I've only seen that kind of problem in Chicago. I don't know, with a lack of experience of traveling through Atlanta, I can't say that that's a regular occurrence. If Atlanta is like that all the time, that would be miserable. But maybe it's just today, some kind of weird, alignment of the moon, global warming. I guess there's a lot of work down here in Atlanta. I don't know. I don't like living in hot areas, so I will never work in Atlanta. And I said the word never because I will never work in Atlanta. I will never live in Georgia. Probably anywhere south of the Mason-Dixon line. I'm a northern person, and I like the winter and cold weather, and what I'd like to call free air conditioning, where you can open up your window and it's 32 degrees outside, and you're like, yes. All right. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. It should be smooth sailing. Nobody, very few people on the road. I'm going to travel through Crashville, Tennessee, probably very smoothly, hopefully. But if not, oh well. But it should go fairly smoothly. I'm crossing my fingers. Then I can listen to... It is Saturday, so I can listen to Click and Clack, the Tabbert Brothers on NPR. Because they are funny and tell people how to fix their cars. Anyway, I miss Paul Harvey. Talk to you later.